Mr. Bonilla, when I think of you, Proverbs 27:19 comes to mind. Tony has been around in our life. He's been like an old piece of furniture in our family.
I first met Tony at a reception with Mary Helen here in the city some years ago.
I met Tony in 1961 when I was a freshman at Baylor University.
I've known Tony since I was 11 years of age, and I am now 60 years old, so that tells you the many years that I've attained a friendship with the great Tony Bonilla.
We all refer to him as actually Tony, but my parents would give us that look, Mr. Bonilla. So I have to address him as Mr. Bonilla at this time.
My father used to talk of you as being the only man he knew of that really had the working man's interest at heart. He subscribed to the AFL-CIO magazine because he was a Railway Car Inspector Union member, and he would always say that Tony would take care of the working man when he was in Austin.
That's who Tony is, always ready to step up to the plate, especially when it comes to making a difference in a young person's life. As a young man growing up in the barrio on Greenwood, Sonora, and Baldwin, I needed a role model, a hero, and Tony was my hero and my inspiration.
Tony was just the greatest guy. And I remember he was telling my mom, I'm gonna take the kids to get them some ice cream. And so we went, and my mother just assumed he was gonna buy each of us a cone. We came back, she figured we'd finished eating the ice cream, and did y'all enjoy your ice cream? Oh yeah, we still have plenty more. I said, well, what do you mean? She opened the ice box, the freezer was full. He bought each of us, it was a quart or a half a gallon of ice cream. So from that point on, Tony was the greatest guy.
The other thing that you may not realize, my father making $3.50 an hour, and your work on the poll tax meant a lot to him. And I know these days, and we hear all these big numbers, no one thinks that the repeal of a poll tax means a lot. But I'm going to tell you, to a man who's making $3.50 an hour, repeal of that poll tax meant a lot to this family.
Mr. Bonilla has also assisted in providing scholarships funds. I have knocked on his door many times to assist the El Dorado Scholarship Foundation, Texas A&M Kingsville. Again, he did not hesitate pulling out his checkbook again to write a check to help students continue their education.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and he was preparing an acceptance speech in preparation for assuming the presidency of LULAC, which he did. And there's one particular area I want to point out that, Tony was developing a plan of major issues that need to be addressed during his presidency. And one of them, and it's still an issue today, was on the immigration issue and also on migratory workers.
There aren't too many people like Tony Bonilla around. His generosity and his willingness to give of himself so that others might achieve success has impacted many lives. I know that my own life is richer because of Tony Bonilla.
Never vote without thinking about the guy who's behind the show. And I think that is largely due to you, Tony. For all those years in corporates, I finally met in person. So I hope you have a great evening and many more good years to come.
I remember my mother and my aunt talking about Tony, how the family really succeeded in life and how they wanted us to pattern after them as well. So Tony, I thank you again for just staying in our life.
Tony Bonilla wrote the book on giving back to the community. He is also the best master of ceremony in the country. Thanks, Tony, for being my friend and for being my hero.
So many fond memories, Tony. And Tony, congratulations to you this evening. Thank you, and look forward to many more years of our fond friendship.
He always treated me with respect, and his expectation was always there. I guess I'll need to do that one over.
Okay, that's fine.